Well, hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Summer Sweet Shop. I am Summer Deep and I'm so excited to be joining you today because we're talking about one of my favorite things to talk about, which is teaching cookie classes. So you may not know this, but I have been decorating cookies for over 15 years now, and I have been selling custom cookies and holiday cookies for several years, probably close to about 7 or 8 years before I started teaching cookie classes. In 2018, I had built up my business. I was really doing everything that I could to stay afloat with all of the orders and holiday orders and custom orders that I had coming in. And I was really struggling to think about how I could scale my business. I was working tirelessly. I was staying up late several nights a week. I was doing cookies. I had cookies everywhere. I had cookies all over my kitchen counters, tables, you name it. It was exhausting. And I said, how can I scale this business? I'm one person doing all of this. What can I do to scale? And it was at that time my good friend Laura was like, Summer, you've got to start teaching classes. And I was like, Laura, I don't know if I really want to do that. I was like, I'm going to teach my competition. I'm going to have people come and learn how to decorate cookies, and they're going to go take my customers. And then I'm not going to be left with anything. And I know that sounds so silly. And then I thought, well, I'm not the best cookie decorator out there. Like, why would anybody learn how to decorate cookies from me? I'm not the best. And I also thought, what if I don't like teaching? What if I don't want to do this? I've never taught before in my life. That's not my skill set. I wasn't a teacher. And I thought, what if I don't like that? What if I don't enjoy it? Well, with her encouragement, I really was like, I've got to give this a try. She said, come to one of my classes and see what it's like. So I did. So I went to one of her classes and I was amazed. I loved the interaction with the students, being able to answer questions that they had about their royal icing, about how to bake their cookies, all of those fun things, getting to socialize with them. It was awesome. And I built my confidence and I said, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. And you know what? I'm the type that I'm going to try anything once. So let's give it a try and see how it works. And if it doesn't, I don't have to teach another class again. So I was super excited to host my very first class. This is in 2018. And I was like, I really don't know where to start, what to do, what things do I need, what supplies do I need, what cookies am I going to decorate, what icing, how much icing do I need to make? I had no idea. I had no idea where to start. But I knew that I had to start, and I knew I had to get it on my calendar and I had to launch it. So I did. So that fall, I said, all right, I'm going to teach my first cookie class. So I put out the post there. I had the link for people to sign up, and I really had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I just hope that I say the right things and that people walk away with a great experience and that they learn something from me. And we did. By the end of that class, people were super excited about their cookies. They were so glad that they came. Was everything perfect? Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure someone broke a cookie at some point. Icing was all over the table. Boxes got folded wrong and landed on somebody's cookie. Those things happen. But what I knew was at the end of that class, I knew that I had a really fun experience, and I really enjoyed teaching beginners, teaching people who had never decorated cookies before. I loved teaching them how to do this thing that I really love and enjoy so much. And it wasn't just, hey, here's a fun craft or here's some things to do. I really loved being able to guide them and being able to show them how this can be such a fun experience. It doesn't have to be stressful when it's time to do it at Christmas or anything like that. It was so fun, and it was something that I knew that I wanted to keep doing. So I had no idea where to start, like I said. I knew that, yes, I could start teaching classes, but I really didn't know where to start or like what to do. And so many times, we just don't know where to start. We don't know what to do, but we know that that is the next step. We know that the light is on that next step that we need to take. And you just have to have the courage to take that next step, to go for it and to say, you know what? If I hate this, if it doesn't go well, I don't have to do it again. Okay? So give yourself some grace with that. And I want you to think that it doesn't have to be all perfect when you start out. It's not going to be perfect, honestly. You're not going to have everything that you need. You're not going to have all the tools that you need, but you're going to get started, and that's the most important part of it. So I want you to think, have you ever felt like this, that you don't know where to start planning a class? You have those same thoughts, okay? Or you're like, I don't know how to keep my students engaged. Like, what am I going to do if they ask me something that I don't know? And they might. That's okay. Or you might think, gosh, like, how am I going to price my class? Or what do I need? Like, what cookies am I going to decorate for this class? But I want you to know that teaching a class, it's an incredible way to grow your business, to connect with your community, and can really change your business. When I started teaching cookie classes, it changed my business in every way possible. And I had no idea that is what it was going to do. But I am so glad now that I took that leap of faith, that I took that next step, because had I not, I don't know what would happen. I don't know if I'd still be doing cookies, because I might have been burned out by then doing custom orders and holiday orders. So I want you to know that you could be missing out on something that could change your life and your business forever. So the good news is that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to give you some help on where you can get started, what you can do to get started teaching cookie classes. I'm hoping that with these instructions today, it's going to give you your confidence. It's going to help you know what to do for your classes, what to have, and it's going to help you just to make some money in your business. So teaching your cookie classes, it's not just about showing people how to decorate cookies. It's really showing them this step-by-step, giving them the guidance so that they can have this great experience with their classes. I tell my cookie classes to cash members all the time in my membership. I say, it's not just about showing them how to do this outline and flat or create this technique on the cookie. You're providing an experience with them. You're providing this experience that they're going to look back on and say, that was so much fun. That was such a great time. I can't wait to come to her next class. So when you learn how to structure your class, what pace you need to go at, what designs you need to be focusing on, and how to organize that, the logistics piece of it that can be so intimidating, you're going to have not only successful classes, but you're going to create this group of fans that love to come to your classes. So many of my students in Cookie Classes to Cash have people that are coming back over and over again to attend their classes. And they're like, oh, well, I did the ladies night class last month, but I can't wait to see what you have next month. And I can't wait to do the one that you have this summer going on. They come back for more and more because you've created that amazing experience for them. So how do you do that? How do you create this cookie decorating class experience with them so that they keep coming back over and over again? Well, I'm excited to share with you. We are going to walk through these 4 steps that I have for you. I've broken them down and really simplified these so that you can start teaching your classes now. Like, you can start right now. So we're going to go through these steps. I have made them so that you can take action, so that you can do these, and I can't wait to see what's going to be on the other side of this for you. Okay, so we're going to start with step 1. It's start with a plan. You heard me say I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what I was going to be like how to teach it, like what designs I needed to do. But I knew that I had to have a plan. I had to have a plan of how I was going to execute this and how I was going to teach them step by step how to decorate these cookies, right? So you want to first start off choosing a theme or a design set for your class. Maybe that is like a Valentine's class. Maybe that's an Easter class. Maybe you just do like a birthday class, like what we have up here. A birthday class is just like a simple, easy to do one that you can do any time of the year. You're going to prep a class outline. Oh, let me go back to the class sets that you're doing. I like to do 6 cookies in a set. Maybe you just want to start out with 4 cookies, and that's totally okay. But I want you to keep in mind that you don't want to do designs that are overcomplicated. You want to keep it as simple as you can, and you don't want to choose designs that have like 10 colors. Because I'm telling you, by the 4th color that you've colored, you are not going to be wanting to color any more icing. Trust me. So keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. So prepping your class outline, you want to break down each cookie design. And I want you to have in mind, when you're breaking down this outline, I want you to have in your head, this is someone who's never picked up a piping bag before. So you can't just say, okay, outline this circle right here with your piping icing. I want you to explain it like to someone who's never picked up a piping bag. You're going to explain how you're going to hold the bag in your hand. You're going to explain how far away to come up away from the cookie. All of those things you want to explain to them very, very carefully so that they get the results that they are wanting. That is key. Then you're going to set your class schedule. This is going to help you to figure out when you're going to be doing your introductions, what you want to say about yourself, how much do you want to say about your cookies or your icing. A lot of times with a 2-hour class, I'm not talking a lot about the icing, how I made the cookies and all of that. I'm talking about, I share with them your icing consistencies, what your icing is like. And that's what I'm sharing with them. I'm not going into super detail. Will I answer questions from them? Absolutely. I'm here to answer any and all of your questions. And it's a great filler in the middle of your class when they're like, man, these cookies are, their shape. Like, how do you keep their shape? You can share with them then some of the tricks that you've learned over the years. Maybe even share your recipe if you want to. Completely up to you. But you're going to take that class outline, that schedule. You're going to figure out what cookie you want to start with. And I always recommend starting with the easiest cookie first. So if you have a cookie that maybe you're just outlining and flooding, keeping it super simple, I want you to do that one first. And then how are you going to wrap up at the end? Are you going to have them put them in boxes? Are you going to have them take a picture, which is what I like to do, have them all pick their favorite and then take a picture. Figure out how you want that to look. Write out a schedule and say, you don't have to have it time blocked and have like numbers and times right next to it, but have an idea of how you want that class to flow, okay? So let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is make it fun and engaging. So you always want to start with a warm welcome. Maybe you even have some snacks for people to have, like fruit or like pretzels, cheese and crackers. That type of thing is always great, just to be warm and inviting, especially if you're teaching a class in your home. Those are simple things that aren't expensive that you can just grab just to make them feel warm and welcome. But I want you to start with an introduction. Let them know who you are, how long you've been in business, and tell them a little bit about yourself. You could even do like a fun icebreaker. Use ChatGPT to tell you what a good icebreaker might be for a cookie class. And just kind of share like your cookie journey. It doesn't have to be long, just a couple minutes long, but just so that you open up and let them know just a little bit about you and who you are and your experience. And that's really going to set you up to be the expert, the teacher for this class as well. Then you're going to use easy to follow instructions and you're going to demonstrate each step. I really firmly believe that you need to demonstrate each cookie that you are decorating so that they understand what you are trying to tell them to do to achieve these beautiful cookies. Whether that is you're demonstrating and everyone's gathered around you watching you decorate your cookies, or maybe you have a projector on a screen and they're able to watch it from their seat. Either way, don't overcomplicate it and think, oh man, I have to have all this video equipment and cameras and stuff to get started. Absolutely not. If you're teaching a class of 4, 6, 10, 12 people, that's perfect. They can gather around, they can watch you do your cookie and demonstrate, and they're going to be able to get the instructions very, very well from you. Then they go back to their chair and keep going. So remember, I just want you to remember that these students are learning something that they've possibly never done before. So have grace with them, but also be very clear in your instructions on how you're telling them to decorate their cookies. I also want you to celebrate their progress. This is always a great one. I am one that I hate dead silence. And so I'm usually walking around after I've demonstrated, I'm walking around helping people. And so I want you to be encouraging to people. If you see someone struggling, I always like to ask, hey, can I help you with something? Or can I help you do this? If they're I need to scrape off my cookie and start over, absolutely. I always have extra cookies just in case for those reasons. But I want you to cheer them on and encourage them. Even if they are horrible, ugly cookies, I want you to encourage them and not lie to them, but I want you to keep encouraging them to keep going, to keep trying, because it will make a difference. Okay, step number 3 is one that you might be thinking, and you might have had this on your mind the whole get-go, knowing, Summer, I already know that I want to teach cookies, but this is my number one question. How do I price these cookies? What do I price these classes at? How do I do that? And then how am I going to promote these classes? Do I promote on social media? And how do I do that? Do I promote to my customers that I already have that are ordering custom orders, or they're getting their Christmas cookies from me? How do I do that? So I want you to sit down and I want you to determine your price for your class based on your cost. So that is your expenses of your ingredients, how much it's going to cost if you're hosting it somewhere, if there's a venue price that you have to pay. I want you to think about that and work that into your price as well. And I want you to think about the prep time. How much time is it going to take you to bake your cookies, to make your icing? And I want you to think about how much time collectively it takes to do that, plus the time that you're teaching the class, and figure out how much money you want to make per hour of the time that you're putting into prepping for that class. You've got to think of the materials that you're going to be using. If you're using trays or boxes, or maybe you're giving them a goodie bag, think about those things. Think about your venue rental, and especially your time. I want you to create a marketing plan. Once you have your cookie class set, you've talked to a venue, you figured out your date, time, and location, I want you to figure out a marketing plan. And sometimes that's just getting your planner. Maybe it is you just print off an iCal calendar, whatever it is, and you're going to take that class and you're going to work backwards, and you're going to fill in where you're going to be promoting your class, what you're going to be saying about it, and maybe that's in the email newsletter that you're sending out to your current customers. Maybe that's on social media. Maybe it's just word of mouth that you want to spread the word about your cookie classes. I want you to map it out. And what I like to do is have that date, that Saturday or whatever day that is that you're teaching your class, and you're going to work backwards. And you're going to say, oh, I need to talk about it the day before, or I need to talk about it 3 days before. I want you to talk about it several times a week leading up to your class. Don't just mention it one time in a week and then think that they're all going to just flood. It's not if they build it and they will come. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You've got to work it. You've got to have a plan. Just like you're planning for your cookie class, you've got to have a marketing plan if you want people to show up for your classes. One of those ways to help promote that class is do an early bird registration. Do an early bird discount, maybe to your email list of your current custom customers. That's hard to say. Or maybe you do a referral bonus for people. Like if they refer a friend, they get 10% off of their cookie class, or maybe $10 off of their cookie class. But I love those early bird discounts that you can say once you release that. It's kind of like a save the date, when you have a wedding and Your guest or your bride and groom will send out a save the date. You can kind of do the same thing with your class. Hey guys, save the date on February 13th. We're doing a Galentine's cookie class. I am offering an early bird discount for the next 2 days. For anyone that signs up, they get $10 off of their ticket price. They get $20 off their ticket price, whatever you want to make it. Buy one, get one half off, whatever it is. Think about those discounts, and that's going to create that urgency for people to go ahead and sign up for your classes. Okay, step number 4 is our final one, and I want you to add your signature touch to your cookie classes. This is why people are coming to your class and not another class down the road, or not learning from a YouTube video. Why are they coming to your class? So you could include things like I mentioned a goodie bag earlier. Those are small little touches. Put a cookie cutter in there with a scribe and maybe a like a pretty napkin or something with it. Or maybe you do a recipe, and it doesn't have to be your signature cookie recipe. Maybe you're like, I have this great brownie recipe, and I want to include this brownie recipe on a pretty little card that you print off yourself. Maybe it's a personal cookie that you have made for them that they get to take home and eat, that is all pretty and decorated fun. Make those signature touches unique to you and why someone would want to come to your class, and it's just going to build upon their experience in your class. Always take photos. I like to take photos, do photos before, during, and after. Before, meaning you're taking photos of you prepping your class, of you prepping your icing, setting up your trays, setting up the cookies on the trays, setting up each workstation. And then I like to take pictures during the party as well, and the class, of people decorating their cookies, all of that. And then you want to do a follow-up picture. And how I do that is I get everyone at the end of the class, if you have some people that have to leave or whatnot, and you see people are starting to pack up their stuff, it's a great time to say, hey, everyone, we're going to take our favorite cookie. I want you to take it over here to this wall. We're going to take a picture, a group picture all together of that. So what I like to do is a follow-up email after the class is over and done, like the next day or the next couple days. I will take that picture, I'll put it into my email saying, thank you so much for coming to my class. And then I always am promoting my next class while in that email. And at that class, at that current class, I want you to be promoting that next class as well, because more than likely they're going to be having a great experience, and they're going to be like, this Galentine's class was so much fun. What are you doing for Easter? I can't wait to find out. I want to sign up now. So take those photos of your class. It's going to help you to promote on social media as well as in your email newsletter and places like that. And then make sure that you're collecting feedback. Collect feedback from people. You could either print out a survey for them to fill out, or slip it into that email with that photo and say, I would love to get your feedback on my class. Getting that information is going to be able to help you know what they want, what they liked, and what things that you can do for the future. Something they may not have shared with you before that you can say, oh, that's a great idea. I should do that next time. Do a Mother's Day cookie class. That would be perfect, right? So you can use that to really guide your business decisions moving forward. So I have to tell you about Rachel. She is in our Cookie Classes to Cash membership that I mentioned. Cookie Classes to Cash gives you all the done for you cookie class designs, so you're not wasting your time looking up cutter designs and how much icing do I need to make. It does it all for you. So each month you get 2 brand new classes every single month that you can teach right away, that you can get all of the marketing material, your social media scripts, what you need to be saying in this class, how much icing you need to make for this class, and it's going to give you everything done for you, so you're not having to spend time doing that. Well, when Rachel started teaching classes, she was nervous, and she was really nervous that nobody was going to show up. Have you ever been there, and where you like put it out there and like you're throwing a party or something and you invite people and you're like, no one's going to come. No one's going to come. It's the worst feeling in the world. And she followed these steps, these 4 steps here. She was able to follow these steps. And she really focused on each of them, planning her class, setting up her marketing so that she was well prepared to promote her cookie class. And she told me that she had people asking about it. People started saying, hey, I heard about this class that you're doing. And it just started to grow. And she was like, okay, they're getting it. They're getting it. And after she taught her first class, of course, it didn't go perfect, but it went really, really well. After she said, after she taught that class, she said that it was so fulfilling and it was one of her favorite things she's ever done with cookies before. And that's how I felt after my first class. I didn't think that I would like teaching at all, but you teach that first one and you're like, I love sharing cookies with other people. It's just like why we go to CookieCon. We get to be around other cookiers who know what it's like. So you're going to share this beautiful thing of decorating cookies with someone. You're getting to give them this experience and you're able to teach them something that they can go and do later on. They can go and make cookies with their family and show them how to do it. And you are able to share that with them. And that is priceless. She got to share this. She now teaches cookie classes all the time. She's teaching them monthly. And guess what? She was able to convert her custom cookies and holiday cookies to just teaching classes now. Because again, she's getting those people who are coming back over and over again. They're telling their friends about it. They're telling their sister about their class. They're telling their mom. They're bringing those people to class and they are loving it. And so she's able to, she's not even taking custom orders or holidays anymore. She's like, what class are we doing for next month? I can't wait to see. My students are going to love it because we really give you those designs that are simple enough to teach. You're going to feel confident teaching them, but they're also, as the students that come to the class are going to feel valued. They're going to feel like they had a great experience and they're going to get to walk away with these cookies, these beautiful cookies, and be so excited. So I want you to be able to do the same thing. Teaching cookie classes, it's more than a way to make money. It's really a way for you to connect with your community. It's going to help you to inspire other people, other decorators, other cookiers, other bakers in your area. And it's really going to help you to grow your business. If you are ready to take the leap, I would encourage you to check out my Cookie Classes to Cash. If you're like, I don't know where to start, we give you everything to get started and you're gonna know what to do step by step, how to price your cookies. We go into more detail about invoicing and payments and pricing and like the pace of the class. We go into a lot more detail there. And so I want you to check that out and see what it is like. So I hope this inspired you to really think about how you could start teaching cookie classes. It really can be a game changer for your business. And guess what? Like if you don't like it, you don't have to do it ever again. I won't tell anybody. But I think that you will love teaching classes and it can be a really great stream of income for you. And it can really help you to feel that cookie energy again and inspire other people. So thank you so much for being here today, guys. This was so much fun. And as you can see, I love talking about cookie classes and inspiring other cookiers, how they can be doing the same thing. And I hope this inspired you and I can't wait to see you again. I hope you guys have a great one and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.